about upgrades in your area at AmerinIllinois.com/champagne. Ameren, Illinois. Energy at work.
Not in Champaign-Urbana, but want to get Illini gear and souvenirs? The Illini Union Bookstore, the official bookstore of the University of Illinois, is open 24/7 at bookstore.illinois.edu. Apparel, gifts, souvenirs, and more. Check it out.
Hey, Illini fans. Thanks for voting Dick Van Dyke Appliance World #1 in Champaign County for a 4th straight year. Come see our newly remodeled showroom on North Neal. Wow!
Get paid from Max Twin City Recycling for the junk items laying around your house. If it's metal, we'll buy it. Find us at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue and at maxrecycling.com.
Your life is always changing, and a lot of things can affect how and what you save. So a good retirement plan changes with your life. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. So start a conversation today. Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
In Champaign, call me, Tom Analakis, Senior Vice President of Investments at 359-1641. That's 359-1641.
All Pro Heating, AC, and Plumbing covers it all. From one end of your house to the other, family-owned, veteran-owned, proud to serve and serve you. The #1 trusted heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company, allprohvac.net.
Oyster Week at Sunsinger Restaurant is a monthly tradition. Oyster Week starts the second Friday of each month and runs through the following weekend, featuring 8 unique preparations to delight oyster lovers.
Everywhere you look, you'll see the red, white, and blue signs of RE/MAX Realty Associates. Visit rrasold.com or call 217-352-5700 for a RE/MAX Realty Associate.
Still to come, the Fasters Etc. postgame show on Light Rock 97.5.
Final score, Illinois 76, Maryland 64. The Illini improved to 7-12 all-time against the Terps. They had lost 7 of 8, including one last year here, despite 23 points from Io DeSumo a year ago. The Illini get 23 points this year from Kofi Coburn, 18 points. And again, he only had 7 points in the first half, played 8 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble. But boy, did he come on in the second half. And when Frazier started hitting those shots, and Kofi was out there all 20 minutes.
Yes.
Well, that was the difference in the game.
Oh, no, most definitely. And you nailed it right on the head when you asked him about Trent and what he's done throughout his career. I loved his answer. He was like, you see me out there smiling. Yeah. And I think that's one of the teams that makes this team as great as they are and as great as they can be, is because they truly care and appreciate and want the other guy to do well. So when Trent heats up like that, it just opens up everything else for everyone on the court.
Final score, Illinois 76, Maryland 64. And we'll take another break. Box score coming up with all the points, highlights, other scores on the Busey Bank Illini Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether your project is below ground, above ground, or you're just breaking ground, United Rentals has the equipment and tools you need. We rent and sell everything from forklifts and backhoes to scissor lifts and portable job site trailers. We also offer a complete range of industrial tools for any job, small or large. Count on United Rentals for the world's largest fleet, backed by a team of equipment experts. We service your owned equipment, even if you didn't buy it from us. For the branch nearest you, visit UnitedRentals.com or call 800-UR-RENTS.
Hey, thanks for coming over, Jake from State Farm. Couldn't say no, Pablo. I love me some vinyl. Well, my budget doesn't. Calling time on my vinyl collecting. Whoa! Don't give up what you love. State Farm has options like insuring your home and ride with great rates on both. Ooh, that's music to my ears. All right, spin that vinyl. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Fighting Illini fans, don't miss this exclusive offer on Cooper Tires from Neal Tire and Auto Service. You just became an instant winner. Provide the code ILCOOP30 at any Neal Tire store to receive $30 off any set of 4 Cooper tires plus a free alignment check. That's ILCOOP30. Expires January 31st, 2022. So stop by Neal Tire to take advantage of this special offer. And remember, Illini fans, nothing beats a Neal deal.
What if you could help solve the world's most critical challenges in agriculture, food?
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Check, test, check, test. Testing 1 2, check, check, check. You need a white balance, is that what you're looking for? White balancing. Testing sound. Multitasking. Good. 3 thumbs up. All right. Brad, there's a box right there.
Expertise of our dedicated workforce. Yield Plus, our determination, innovation, and performance.
How was it going to give you mine?
A leader in the field. This is Yield Plus. Yield expected. Yield delivered. Stein has yield.
For details, contact your local Stein dealer.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
On the Busey Bank Illini Sports Network from Learfield.
Second half rebounding, Kofi Coburn 15, Maryland 12.
Carl, the official healthcare provider of
Seems to be a
Illini Athletics.
decent performance.
Coca-Cola, new season, new Coke Zero Sugar. State Farm, for surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. This is the Fighting Illini postgame show.
Well, the Illini were up 14, then they were down 6, and then they finished winning by 12 with the final score tonight over Maryland. 76-64 is the final score. Let's pause 10 seconds, allow our network stations to identify themselves on the Busey Bank Illini Sports Network for station ID from Learfield.
The home of the Illini. It's Light Rock 97.5 WHMS, Champaign-Urbana, and streaming
The
at
automatic rest.
I thought I had it.
Oh, that's okay. This is
easier to read.
Yeah.
It is when it goes to 3.
Okay. All right, we're back. 76-64. Illinois with the win. The Illini shoot 41%.
The 3's one away from being accidental 4 just because he bounces into somebody. Then you got
3-point line. Points off and turnovers. Illinois 14-7. Total rebounds 45-27. Frazier with 16 points, 4 of 11 beyond the arc. 3 of those, well, 4 of those actually, all in the second half. He has 16 points. Grandison finishes with 5. He struggled from the field, 2 out of 12. Did have 1 of 5 from 3. Plummer with 12 points, 4 of 14 from the field. And 2 of 8 beyond the arc. A rare off night for the Illini from 3.
28 minutes. 9
for Devontae Williams with 5 rebounds. Coburn with 23 and 18. So the double-double for Kofi Coburn. Payne with 3 points. Goody played 3 minutes, did not score. Boston-Verdonk played 2 minutes, did not score. And Hawkins in 19 minutes had a very valuable 19 minutes. 8
By looking
points,
at the stat sheet, if you just would have listened to us.
4 players in double figures for Maryland.
A lot different.
17 for Scott, 11 for Hart, 16 for Ayala, 11 had for Russell, 4 points for Reese, 3 for Griffin, 2 for Martinez. 2 Terrapins fouled out. Wahab and Reese both fouled out. 2 of their big men. Again, Kofi Coburn only played 8 minutes in the first half. He played all 20 in the second and winds up with another double-double for the season, his 9th of the year and 37th in his career. And he certainly was the difference maker in this game. When the history of this game is written, it was Kofi Coburn's game, even though it was Io's night.
Io's night, Kofi Coburn's game, sparked by Trent Frazier.
Yes, with a little Frazier mixed in. You're exactly right. All right, 76-64. And we're back with more. We'll have some highlights for you next on the Busey Bank Illini Sports Network from Learfield.
Trent Beecham from Cozad Asset Management. Investing in your growth.
15-10.
Cozad Asset Management can help you see the big picture. Our advisors provide you with a full understanding of your assets along with tax implications. When you're ready, we will work with you to create a financial plan that helps pursue your vision. Please give me a call at 217-356.
We were talking about rebounds, yeah.
I'd love to connect you with
15-10, out by himself, out rebounding.
Securities offered through M Holding Securities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC. Cozad Investment Advisory Services offered through Cozad Asset Management, Inc. Cozad Asset Management and the Downey Group, Inc. are independently owned and operated.
Now through January 6th, join a clean and spacious Planet Fitness for zero enrollment and only $10 a month. With tons of equipment and free fitness training, it's the perfect place for everybody to work out.
Even me, mister. I'm so stressed I grind my teeth more than most people grind coffee.
Especially you. Give your anxiety-cleansed jaw a rest.
My molars will be so happy.
Start feeling fit-tacular today. Join in club or at planetfitness.com. Zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 6th. See club for details.
ABC Sanitary, hauling and recycling. Family owned and locally operated. No contracts, no hidden fees. 356-0909. ABC Sanitary, the one to trust.
Not in Champaign-Urbana, but want to get Illini gear and souvenirs? The Illini Union Bookstore, the official bookstore of the University of Illinois, is open 24/7 at bookstore.illinois.edu. Apparel, gifts, souvenirs, and more. Check it out.
Sullivan Parkhill. Buy with confidence. Buy with precision pricing.
Sullivan Parkhill. Let's drive. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, it's Jeff and Kelly from Castle Home Comfort Heating and Cooling.
You can pile on the blankets.
You can throw another log on the fire.
But the way to have warmer holidays is to make sure your home's heating system is ready for anything.
Even Aunt Marge, who keeps sneaking out to nudge the thermostat a little higher.
The Knights in Shining Armor from Castle will make sure your home is ready for Jack Frost.
Whether you order up our deluxe furnace rejuvenation to keep your furnace running strong all winter,
or it's time to replace that old clunker for something more efficient, we can whoosh in like the down of a feather.
advice, installations, or full-on rejuvenation, call Castle.
Our service is warm no matter the season.
Look online at castlehomecomfort.com.
217-352-2800 for Castle.
CASTLE.
Warmer holidays to all from Jeff and me.
When I say Milwaukee Tools, the best tools.
All these commercials are on. Can we turn it down?
Milwaukee Tools, the premier dealer. Illini Contractor Supply. Dave York and his team on Bradley Avenue in Champaign.
Hi, this is Steve Emke with Spring Green Lawn Care. Call us for a free estimate with up to 30% savings at 359-2111 or visit us at spring-green.com. Go Illini.
Whether you're looking for your next career move or to hire your next great employee, call Express Employment Professionals. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express.
Coming up, the Fasters Etc. post-game show here on Light Rock 97.5 WHMS.
Illinois basketball continues tonight. A couple of other scores. Indiana has defeated Ohio State. That game over in Bloomington. So Indiana gets the win over the Buckeyes. That helps Illinois as far as the top of the Big Ten standings. Illinois now tied with Michigan State at 4-0. Indiana with the win 67-51. And up in Madison at the Kohl Center, it's Wisconsin and Iowa. Wisconsin 14, Iowa 10 in the first half. Here tonight, it's Illinois with the win over Maryland, 76-64. Illini got outshot both the field and the three-point line. And they made just as many free throws as Maryland did, or they missed just about as many as Maryland did, but they dominated on the glass, and they win it here tonight over Maryland, 76-64, waiting on Coach Brad Underwood. Let's go ahead. I think we have some highlights ready, so let's go ahead and go to the first half highlights here. Kind of a back-and-forth game, wild momentum swings. And the Illini did get the lead. Let's keep it right here, actually. Coach is coming out, so we'll get to the highlights here in a moment. We'll pull an audible here and get the coach out with us, who is being cheered here as he comes courtside. The Illini were up 14. They were down 6. They win by 12. And often we look at what the turning point in the game might have been. Well, one was the big man got back on the floor, and two, Frazier lit the fuse a little bit. And that was kind of the difference in the second half, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that, you go from a 14-point swing, and it's funny today because we just sat and talked about how we were going to react to certain guys getting 2 fouls. And, I played Trent the other night at Minnesota, kind of yo-yoed him in and out with 2 fouls. And Kofi's been so good all year at staying out of them, and he gets a couple of ticky-tack fouls. And I'll say it. They were
Dion agrees.
For a guy who gets absolutely mauled and is beat up every game, for those calls that
I said it for you, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
A couple times.
But I said him, and I felt good because we had a lead, and all of a sudden, we got really out of character. We shot the ball horribly. which I was a little bit concerned about just simply because of fatigue, coming off a 10-day hiatus and playing at Minnesota, the travel. But we got out of rhythm offensively, and the ball stuck. And again, give Danny and Maryland a lot of credit. They made a great run, and we made a couple defensive mistakes, which Dante Scott had a huge first half. We gambled, we blew a switch, but DeMonte Williams was huge in the second half, just choking that off. He had two in the second half.
I'm glad you came down. Appreciate it.
No, I think you did nailed it right on the head, Coach. One of the things, and this is, it's a copycat world. So other people are now going to be diving into Kofi, trying to get him off the court.
Who have kind of been the silent fans, and all of a sudden they got somebody to really cheer for.
Maintain that one aggressiveness, because I think they kind of let back a little bit to get them to understand that they still have to play the same way, whether he's on or off the court. They still got to be aggressive.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the one thing that happened, we just got out of rhythm. Yeah. When you don't shoot in rhythm and flow, those shots become hard, and the ball stuck. Again, they didn't do anything that we haven't seen. True. And it was a gritty performance. Trent steps up and really had an uncharacteristic Trent first half, being 1 of 7 on shots that he normally makes, and then all of a sudden he just gets.
He wants to go ahead and turn the radio down.
We've seen that. And
Derek, we need a mic holder. I don't know if Jackson's back there or
Trent Kofi goes to the bench with fouls, and obviously to make the run. What's this game say about what he means to you guys as a team?
Just the impact he has, in the interior. I think, like you said, what he brings to this team, his physicality, us throwing the ball in there, his scoring, his rebounding. So he does a lot for us, offense and defensively. So it kind of. We didn't have him, that second half in the first half. Second part of the first half, he had foul trouble. So, it kind of put a lot of pressure on us because, we, with such all the good shooters we have, we kind of tend to, stay outside, shoot, a lot of threes, and we don't go inside as much because, him, being out. So we got to do a better job of, trying to get to the free throw line, and then, while he's out, withstanding that lead.
Kofi, I'm going to ask you about him. You seem to take over the game in the second half, and then midway of the second half. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's incredible, man, what he does. Just taking over and getting on those heaters. Every time I see it, it's like it's new to me. It's like I'm in awe. I'm just watching it. Like, I don't know if you watch the game and you should watch my face after he shoots it, but like I'm always like smiling. Like it's a joy, just watching him do what he does. It's really important to us because when we have games like this that we're not shooting it well, and he can get on the heater and he do what he does, he really uplifts the team and gives us a different vibe.
For both of you guys, you coming off a one-day rest, and Trent plays all 40 minutes. Kofi played 20 in the second half. Did you have to dig down really deep to find the energy in this one?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I talked about it, earlier, in a few days before. This is, coach is trying to prepare us for the, NCAA tournament. Play a game, one day prep, play a game. So, it's nothing we're not used to. We played, games back to back, early in our season. So, it's something where you just got to be mentally, focused, and do everything before the game, beforehand to, prepare your mind and your body, to feel good to go out there and play. So, like I said, you just got to be, mentally strong, and dialed in on everything.
Yeah. For Kofi, go ahead. Yeah, man, same thing. Like Trent said, when you got games like this that, we're pressured to play multiple minutes, a lot more minutes that we used to. We just got to give it our all, for the guy next to us. That's the culture that we're building, just going out there and playing to the level of fatigue and, just basically busting our ass for the guy next to us.
Yeah. Kofi, obviously you had came out midway through the second half for foul trouble. In that situation, are you lobbying on the bench to get back in, or are you just letting kind of things run its course and see how things go?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's either I sit on the bench or I come in and risk getting another foul and sitting out the second half. Either way it turned out, I was prepared to go back in and do my best. it went the way it did, and coach told me at half that he's not taking me out of the game. So I had to mentally prepare for that, knowing that I'm not coming out. So I got to give my best, and I got to make sure I control my breathing, talking to these guys, uplift them every time I can, and it's basically giving all our effort.
Yeah, for Trent, those 2 threes that you hit on those back-to-back shots seemed to really kind of get the stadium going, get the energy going that you guys needed. Did you kind of feel that, or what kind of went through your mind after you made those 2 shots? Because Maryland called the timeout after it.
It was kind of in the flow, I tend to go on those, heaters where I'm just feeling good. Coach dialed up a play, to get me a shot. So, I seen one go in, and I had another opportunity, so I took another one. So, just playing with confidence, in that area, where I'm getting out in transition freely, just playing my game. So, like I said, I felt good, shooting those shots, and just playing with the rhythm.
A question for both of you guys. Could you talk about the minutes that DeMonte gave in the second half covering Dante Scott?
He's been incredible for us, these last 4 games. Guarding, every team's best, 4-man. He's done an unbelievable job last game guarding point guards, and now tonight, with his defensive effort, what he does with his team is incredible because, it kind of tends, to take me off the ball. I have to be on the ball all the time. So, that gives, me opportunity, to, get my breather a little bit. So, with his energy and effort to go, and only let Dante give up 2 points in the second half there is incredible. And, and that's why we won the basketball game tonight. He was, outstanding for all the minutes he played for us. He had tremendous effort, throughout the entire game.
In the way back?
Yeah, DeMonte is just the X factor for us. It's really hard to replace a guy like that. You probably see 1 or 2 guys like him in the country. Probably Mark Vital from Baylor last year. But like, this is a guy that comes out there and he does all the dirt. All the dirty work. He comes down. He plays hard defense. He sacrifices a lot. He's just that guy that's about the team and about winning. He's willing to give his all for the team. And for the guys next to him.
Way back.
Trent, does this feeling of kind of being the new closer on the team give you any sort of additional excitement? I mean, you've kind of adopted that role, and the whole stadium is going nuts for you.
I kind of just tend to play in rhythm. I don't really, think about. I mean, obviously, when the game's, tight. Obviously, I would love to make the play all the time, but I kind of just try to have feel for the game. Kofi was eating tonight, so I tend to sacrifice shots and give him the ball because I know every time I throw it in there is either a foul or a bucket. So I just kind of have feel for the game. Being a 5th year, I think that's very important to have throughout the game. Just having feel. So when I hit those shots, I just kind of tend to play in rhythm. Just if I feel myself and I feel comfortable, I take the shots, when I'm open. So, like I said, I kind of love going on those heaters where, I just hit 3-4 in a row and just playing, throughout the flow of the game.
Kobe, you seemed to spot Ayo there a couple of times. What was that like? What was going through your head as you were seeing him watch you and you do your thing?
Ayo's great, man. Going into the second half, it ran through my mind. I'm like, Ayo's hanging his banner tonight. I can't let him hang his jersey on a loss. That was going through my mind. I was like, I gotta do this for Ayo. I gotta do this for Ayo. So when we got that turn, and I started like imposing my will, I kind of looked at him, I glanced at him, and smiled at him like, this is for you, Ayo. I love him so much, man. And, for us to do that for him and for him to come back and hang his jersey the way he did, it's really great, man.
Trent, we saw you go on one of those heaters against Missouri and against Arizona. What comes over you? Like, can you describe the feeling when you're kind of on one? And do you take a moment to kind of embrace the whole environment when it starts to really get behind you there?
Like I said, I kind of just, play within the flow of the game. I kind of trust my instincts, and, when the games like that, I tend to be, a little bit more aggressive, coming off ball screens, where, I'm shooting those pull-up threes, in transition, where I'm free, shooting the pull-up. So I kind of just find, where I can, be aggressive, and use my advantage, with my shooting, my speed, to take advantage, on offense in those areas. So it's all about, the flow of the game and just, the feel and just, how I think the game is going.
You just being a 5th-year guy, do you take a couple moments to absorb the atmosphere around you when the State Farm Center is going like that?
Of course, I get goosebumps. When I go in those heaters, I always get goosebumps. Just how loud it is. Obviously not having Orange Crush tonight, but just the atmosphere in here tonight was incredible. Having Illini fans behind us. It got loud in the second half. And that's what it's about. I love these type of environments, playing these type of games. So it's always fun. Incredible to be a part of it.
Yes, Trent, kind of with that, Coach Underwood was trying to pump the crowd up there early in the second half, and when you were hitting those threes, Tim actually had to hold Chester back from getting on the court. Do you sense when the coaches are getting into the game like that?
Of course, obviously, first half we didn't shoot the ball well. I didn't think we did a good job. We had a few mistakes. It was all about confidence. We talked about that at halftime. Just jumping up and shooting the ball with confidence. But we came out of the second half with that energy to spark. Like you said, you got the coaches involved. We got Illini fans involved. So we had to get the stadium going. Just having it. So we play off that. And it's incredible. Like I said, it's incredible to play in these type of environments, these type of games, because it gets all of us going.
Trent, you mentioned sacrificing to get Kofi the ball. It seems like this team does that really well. Why do you think this team shares the ball, sacrifices roles like Jake did last year? Why do you think this team has done that?
We're trying to win. Whatever it takes to win, I think, if we want to win, we need to throw that ball in there to Kofi. Every time we get, I kind of tell him every time, I kind of miss him sometimes, but I always tell him, whenever I get the ball, I'm looking right at you every time. Because I know it's a foul or a bucket every time. Like, why would you not want to throw the ball to the best player in the country, best big in the country? You're shooting 70% in that paint. So it's important, we always, the first option in our offense is Kofi. We always look at his numbers and make sure we can throw that ball in there. If not, we'll look at him next time. But it's important, we continue to, elevate each other. That's something we use a lot, and just, be happy for the next man up, whoever's scoring.
Doug and then Scott to finish it.
Kofi, I know you got the box score in front of you there. 19 offensive rebounds, 26 second chance points. What does that say about the team's ability to win various different ways? If the threes aren't going, you can go to the rim.
Mm-hmm. Man. Those are the things that impact winning. Sometimes you're gonna have bad nights like we had today shooting from the three. We're the best 3-point shooting team in the country, and when we have nights like that, we tend to rely on something else, whether it's offensive rebounding, whether it's defense. That guy being that team that it doesn't matter if we're keep in the game. We're going to be in the game. We're going to give ourselves a shot just by playing harder than the other team. And so offensive rebounding, playing hard defense. When you got guys like Trent and Monty that take great pride in that. And my defensive presence, and other guys obviously. But when you have that, it's really hard to beat us. When we're not shooting the ball well.
We'll wrap it up with Scott.
Kofi, maybe even understanding the plan when you had 2 fouls, just to wait for the second half. Was that tough? As the lead kind of started to slip away, just maybe when you wanted to be out there.
Yeah, man, it's always tough, especially when the lead's going down and when they take the lead. I was watching these guys struggle a little bit. Wishing I could be out there, but it's not about being negative and holding your head down. It's about preparing for what's next. You can't dwell on the past. You got to think about the future. You know what I'm saying? I can't let that affect me, and I'll come back and impact the game. So it's just about forward thinking, coming out there and giving them the best shot to win.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. Anybody else need a book? Find a book? They're in the back, Jackson. TV room.
Hey, might be.
All right, Coach, we're ready when you are.
Popcorn's really good tonight.
Salty.
Typical Big Ten game, I think. I had some concerns coming in. More about this game, actually, than I did the Minnesota game. And that's not to slight Minnesota, just the fact that so long off and traveling and a one-day prep. And I will admit I am a big fan of one-day preps. I don't mind those games. I've played them a lot in my career. But, just the mental sharpness and the mental focus and then the fatigue. I thought that we got off to a really good start. And then I thought that foul trouble obviously was a big piece of the end of that first half. But more importantly than that, it's one of those things that as coaches and as a head coach, I try to make decisions on how to play guys with 2 fouls. And I've pretty much determined with Trent, DeMonte, and Kofi, I'm going to play him with 2. And yet tonight I don't. And one of the things that there's one of my favorite ladies back there, but I just saw her make my damn free throws. But I missed that, by the way, Jamara. But I think the one thing that I felt like that they were some close call. The game was being called really closely. I thought, Kofi's fouls were a little, at the rim. Fats Russell does a tremendous job of getting downhill. And so I chose to set him. We had a 14-point lead, and we obviously went down at half. But I'm more disappointed in the fact that I didn't think we played very well in that stretch with any rhythm offensively. We got to get better at that. I thought the ball became stagnant, and everybody knows that I thought we got good looks, but we shot them out of rhythm. And my hat's off to DeMonte Williams. Unbelievable job defensively in the second half. I played DeMonte 36 minutes tonight, and the whole Dante Scott, a guy he's given up 4 or 5 inches to, and we'll go light, 25 pounds, maybe more. He just made his touches hard. I thought Trent did an unbelievable job tonight of making Ayala's opportunities more very difficult. But this is a good Maryland team, a team that's was ranked, was picked at the top of the league, and has a lot of experience and a lot of veterans out there. So we knew they would make a run. And then I thought Kofi's second half was just dominant. And, that's what Kofi can do. And 18 rebounds, 23 points, most of those, obviously in the second half. So very fortunate tonight.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Brad, you guys have been shooting the cover off the ball, and then tonight you don't, but you find a way to win. How were you able to find a way to win?
It's our whole mantra of this program. It's our whole identity. It's what we talk about all the time is when the ball doesn't go in, how do you win? When it doesn't go in, there's going to be that night. There's going to be a night in an NCAA tournament or two when that thing does not go in, and it gets really hard. And, I think you do that with defense, and I think you do it with dominant rebounding. I should mention Coleman Hawkins, 8 rebounds, 6 offensive, and gave us opportunities. And so we had one of those nights, and we looked like a team that had played 36 hours ago, 48 hours ago, and wasn't quite clicking, weren't in the right rhythm tonight.
Doug?
Coach, coming off one-day rest, and it's kind of an Ironman situation with Trent Frazier, who went all 40 minutes. Kofi played all 20 in the second half. Did the guys have to dig down a little bit deep for some extra energy in this one?
Yeah, the good thing is I don't ever have to worry about Trent being tired. He's the Energizer Bunny. He's always got that energy. The timeouts hit right. I tried to sub Kofi out at 2 different occasions in the second half, and he literally said, "I'm good, don't take me out." And, that's when you trust your veterans. He's not trying to be a hero. You just trust your veterans and to how they feel. So, DeMonte playing that long, again, I thought we got great combination of DeMonte, Jacob, and Coleman all did a nice job tonight.
That stretch in the first half when Kofi was out and maybe the offense did get stagnant, did that just maybe illustrate how important he is beyond, scoring 23 points, maybe just how much he opens up?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think it's, everybody's got to figure out how to guard him and what they do. And, this is a copycat league. I mean, people are going to see how, they didn't do anything tonight that we haven't seen. Minnesota changed a whole defensive scheme to play us, instead of going under because of our three-point shooters, and they chose to single cover him. So everything's going to be predicated around how teams choose to defend him. But our rhythm, our ball movement was really slow, and we missed a couple opportunities at the rim, and Jake had an uncharacteristic tough night, and but that happens, and we just got to learn to play in better rhythm.
Yeah, Coach, you talk all the time about how much confidence you have in Trent Frazier to knock down shots. He hits 2 threes in a row, and those seem to be kind of a big swing in the game. He says he goes on these heaters. For you as a coach, how much fun is it for you to see him do that on a routine basis now?
Yeah, he's we've seen that now for a lot in his career. And the good thing with Trent is it doesn't matter if he's one for 100. It's the next shot for him, and it doesn't bother him, and he finds an opportunity, and he just jumps up and knocks him down, and he gets a couple looks, and he gets that feeling now. We all know he's very capable of 30 and a half, and we needed every one of those tonight.
Hey, Coach, you talked about Coleman Hawkins. How do you feel he's settling into that role coming off the bench?
Yeah, we started him early, and now bringing him back off the bench, and I think he's settled down. I think he's understanding where his role was. We were unfair to him early. We had everybody out with injuries and sickness, and we were playing him at the point. We were playing him on the wing. We were playing him at the 4. We were trying to play him some backup 5. Now and tonight we actually did play him a little bit at the 5, but that's. He's settling into his role, and that's been impressive. And I think we're going to start seeing those numbers like we have tonight and at Minnesota, and just continue to get better.
Andy? I know kind of when you're at halftime and you're going to kind of ride Kofi a lot in that second half, what do you kind of tell him after being out for so long, and how do you kind of prepare him for just kind of what you guys kind of need to do?
Get loose. Really that simple. Get loose. Big boy, we're coming. And I thought we did a nice job. I mean, it's a simple answer to a question that I think Maryland knew what we were going to try to do, but just get loose. He'd set for a long time, and that's the first play of the half was to him, and we were going to keep riding that until they guarded him or didn't guard him.
Yeah, Coach, obviously with Iowa in the building tonight and raising his jersey, and you got another guy on the floor whose jersey's probably going to go up as well. Are you able to step outside your coach's role and appreciate that, over the last 2 seasons, these 2 players have some of the best in Illinois basketball history and what they've meant to this program?
Yeah, there's so many people, and, his mother's sitting back here, and I told the team afterwards, to me, this is what makes Illinois basketball so damn good and so powerful, and I use that. And here's a guy that chose to come to us when we weren't winning. We stunk. We were a bad basketball team, and believed in us. Iowa was coachable. He was a guy that was character over characters. Filled that, but he's the definition of everything that we want our program to be about. And it's no surprise he's having a great NBA career, and he'll have a long one as good Lord blesses his body and he stays healthy. He'll play in that league for a long time. And but it's always really special to know, one, he texts me all the time. I'm following him. He's following us. He bleeds orange and blue, and this is always home. And this is always home. And he's one of 34. Is that right? 34 now?
I think so, yeah.
that have his jersey hanging up there. And the history of this program is so powerful. People don't understand it. And all that being said, better young man than he is player, and he's a great player, and he'll always be special. These aren't, hey, say goodbye, thank you, great job, good luck. Oh, these are lifetime relationships, and that's what we're trying to build here. And the other one will come at some point, but man, it's fun to coach really good players who are really good people.
In the way back,
Brad, you had a long embrace with Io there at the end. You're able to share a little bit about what you told him, and do you agree with Kofi's assessment that you guys couldn't lose on Io's night?
They might have wanted to tell me that before the game. I think there's a lot of reasons to try to be special on a night like this, but I won't tell anybody what Io and I talked about. But it was fun. I have so much respect for him. Had a nice pair of shoes for him that we had made up, and he'll sign one. I'll sign one, and then we'll give him to a charity of his choice, and see if we can make a lot of money for somebody who truly. Who we can help out that way. But fun night, fun to be a part of it, and a lot of love for that young man and his family.
Another one in the back.
Coach, two-parter for you. Number one, is this the type of toughness that you've been wanting to see all year long, playing back-to-back games in such a short period and getting 2 wins? But also, as a coach now, how do you handle this break you got before the next game, this extended break?
Well, we need the break. But yes, we talked about this before the game. This is an NCAA tournament format. This is a setup Thursday, Saturday, Friday, Sunday. You've got to handle those situations, and it becomes as much mental as it does physical. I thought we did a pretty good job of preparation and understanding of that. But we'll take tomorrow off. Guys get treatments. Recovery is a big piece of what we do. And then it's nice we've got Saturday to work on us, and we really need to dive into situations and having an opportunity to continue to work on flowing offensively. But it comes at a good time after being. After 2 back-to-backs and a long layoff.
Right.
Maryland's a team that has given you some trouble over the past few years. Is there a way to defend the bigger wings and things? They're posting up, they're running isolations with those guys. What's the key to defending those guys in those situations?
Well, I felt great that we got them into ISOs, that they quit running their stuff. I mean, that was everything they were trying to do was play ISO basketball, and it was usually Ayala with Trent. And people don't realize how strong Trent is. But it usually doesn't involve other parts of their team when they're doing that. And but again, it takes everybody. We've got to support. The thing I worry about as much as anybody is or anything is on the glass. When that happens, you get watching the ball, guys start crashing the glass. But I thought I don't worry about DeMonte. DeMonte's really strong. He's got great length. He's got that 7-foot wingspan. And then, Trent's just going to fight you. And then, I thought, for the most part, we gave enough support and dug a little bit when we needed to, and gave ourselves a chance to make things hard for them.
Scott and then Jeremy and Doug, go ahead.
Early in the second half, you were trying to pump up the crowd and really getting after it, and Tim had to hold Chester back. I mean, the coaches, did you feel like you needed to maybe be a spark as well?
It's the advantage of being at home. And Jamar, I love you. Thank you. Happy New Year. We missed the crush. I mean, everybody comes. I mean, it's the student section is huge, and I just, I don't know. I don't do that very often, and I just don't. And we needed everybody tonight, and we needed a little extra energy. We were fighting and competing, and like I said, I don't do it very often. And I'm a coach, not a cheerleader. But tonight we needed to elevate, and we did that tonight. We got 2 more without the crush now. We got Michigan and Purdue without the orange crush, is my understanding. So, people, right now, I'm just saying, get your rowdy on before those games, because we need them.
Hey, Jeremy.
Brad, there's a 32-year-old All-Star that came down here for IO. What do you think that says about DeMar, IO, and just the Bulls' support for him so far?
Yeah, they had a great turnout tonight, and I think it shows that how well liked he is. It's got to mean in the world to IO. DeMar's a guy that's having an NBA caliber year. The Bulls are extremely fun to watch. I'm a huge Billy fan. The job he's done, and Mark Eversley and Arturas and putting that team together, it's been fun to understand it, how they've done it, and I love watching them. So that's cool, man. That's what our guys were talking about in the locker room. They know how good DeMar is, and to understand that, hey, that's one of their guys is hanging with him too, and he is one of the best. But it's really cool, and it means a lot to IO, and the Bulls guys are always welcome at our place. We'll figure out how to get them front row anytime they want to come, right, Josh?
We did, yeah.
So, Coach, kind of a crazy stat. I don't know if I really have a question. Just like your comment on the, 26 second chance points to only 4 for them. That seemed like it's kind of the difference in the game. What's that say about your team?
We emphasize offensive rebounding, and again, nights when that ball doesn't go in on the first one, go get it and try to get as many opportunities as you can. And we have to be a good offensive rebounding team. We don't turn people over a lot, and so maximizing opportunities and playing hard on the glass is something that's really important. Again, I thought DeMonte has 3, Kofi 7, Coleman 6. Those are elite numbers, and that's something that we've got to continue to do.
Alec and then Joey.
Brad, Kofi talked a lot about the culture of this week and how it was a culture win tonight. How important was Trent for that at halftime when obviously the first half was difficult, and then to come out and respond the way you guys did?
Trent's always great, because I asked him, I said, you might help if you'd make a shot tonight. He goes, I got you, Coach. And Trent's got a great way about him and a great perspective. He's got great confidence. He's been through it. But I walked in the locker room at halftime, and everybody's just okay. And everybody's good, and there's no it was very professional-like, very business-like, and they knew what they had to do. And I started to say something, and DeMonte jumps in. He goes, Coach, we already talked about that. We're good. Okay. And that's when you don't have to coach them, and they're coaching themselves because they know, you're in a good place. You're in a good place.
All right, Joey.
Brad, when Trent's starting one of those heaters, is there any way that you know that it's about to take off? Like, is there eye contact? Is there body language? Can you just tell it anyway?
Oh, I mean, I try not to look at him. I just try to keep running plays for him. But it's that quick with Trent. He's that instant. He gets one going, and he finds a rhythm. And I was mad at myself at Minnesota because I only got him one look in the first half, but he played the game the right way. But he's a guy I got to continue to try to get going sometimes, and because I know he's capable of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Enjoy the weekend. Great for some of you guys to join us the other day. And I appreciate you guys hustling back from Minneapolis so quick. How about that one?